Hello, my name is Trevor. I'm from BSCIT and I want to see the day I can meet again. Next.
I'm Durga Shukla from BSCIT. This project is about resilience. How people face hardship in their life and how they bounce back or they overcome that hardship. This whole video or this whole podcast is based on the experience of people and their lives. Let's just allow Arushi to introduce herself.
Hello, my name is Arushi Agwanshi. I'm from BSCIT International. As you know, we are going to shoot videos and look at it. She is a speaker and he's the video.
He's the one who does all the background work, which includes editing, filming, and all these things. We are the team of three, and this is what we have done.
For our project for happiness.
कठिन समय आ रहा है उसको कैसे ओवरकम
हमें छोटे पे लग रहा था कि हम नौकरी कैसे करेंगे, कैसे पैसा कमाएंगे। और बड़े हुए तो पता लगा ऐसे नौकरी करना है, ऐसे पैसा कमाना है। और नौकरी कर रहे हैं, रोज़ ड्यूटी कर रहे हैं, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, बड़ा अच्छा लग रहा है। अब सब सही चल रहा है।
और एक ऐसी बात जो कि आप एमटी के बच्चों को बताना चाहेंगे।
अमेठी के बच्चों को बताना ये चाहेंगे कि सब बच्चे मेहनत से अपने लगन से पढ़ाई करें और कुछ ना कुछ अधिकारी रंग में जाएँ। ज़्यादातर जाने के बाद हमारी अमेठी का नाम रोशन हो। सब बच्चों से यही कहते हैं।
बस उनको थैंक
अमेठी के बारे में बताना है।
यू। आपकी ज़िंदगी का सबसे मुश्किल समय
कैसे हालात में गुजरे हैं हम तो उसके बड़े हालात में गुजरे हैं। जैसे हाँ क्या कहते हैं हमारे देखो बहुत देर हमने 5 साल से तो बच्चे ही छोड़ दिए थे हैं, और हमें 6-7 साल हो गए। हमारे पति भी नहीं है और हम जो है अपने आप बच्चे को पाल बच्चे पाल रहे हैं हमें। 4 लड़कियाँ हैं, 1 लड़का है।
और एक ऐसी बात जो आप एमटी के सभी बच्चों को बताना चाहेंगे।
अमेठी के बच्चे को यही बताना चाहते हैं कि आप भी हंस के जैसे हालात में कोई जाए नहीं और बच्चे हंस के जिंदगी गुजारे आप।
थैंक यू आंटी।
जॉब करने लगे मेरे सारे परेशानी।
और एक ऐसी बात जो आप एमटी के बच्चों को बताना चाहेंगे। कुछ भी कि बच्चे बदतमीजी थोड़ा कम करें, हल्ला गुल्ला करें।
हाँ, बदतमीजी थोड़ा कम करें, अच्छे से रहें।
आपका नाम क्या है भी बताइए।
मोनिका।
थैंक यू आंटी। आपके जीवन का सबसे कठिन समय क्या था।
हमारे जीवन का सबसे कठिन समय
हाँ।
जब लड़की हुई थी तब।
अच्छा, और फिर आपने उसको आप उससे पार कैसे।
उससे पार वैसे ही हो गया सब ऊपर वाले ने उससे।
अच्छा, एक ऐसी बात जो आप एमटी के बच्चों को बताना चाहेंगे।
बेटी के बच्चे तो सब अच्छे ही हैं।
अच्छी है, फिर भी एक ऐसी जो बात बहुत चाहिए कि हर बच्चे को पता होनी चाहिए।
बच्चे को तो पता रहती है अमेठी के बारे में।
आप क्या कहना चाहेंगे। आपको अगर मौका दिया जाए कि ठीक है एमटी के बच्चे में कुछ ऐसी सीख दे दो, ऐसे आप क्या कहोगे।
हम तो अच्छा ही बोल देंगे कि हाँ अच्छी सीख मिली है। अच्छा
ठीक है, थैंक यू। आपका नाम क्या भैया, नाम है बताओ।
नितिन।
विपिन अंकल। ये पीपल ऑफ फैमिली, ये हमारा प्रोजेक्ट है हैप्पीनेस। उसमें भी आप टू आस्क अबाउट देयर लाइफ। तो पहला क्वेश्चन हमारा ये, व्हाट द टफेस्ट फेज ऑफ योर लाइफ।
What was the toughest phase of my life? Okay. See, the point is that when I was a child, I was having eczema on my entire body. So, an entire body was like, every day when I used to come back, I used to have that kind of thing. It was too difficult for me to bear that. My father was a doctor. He told me that when the eczema will be over, then you will get this thing, asthma. So at the age of 16, 17, eczema was over. Then I was having asthma. So it was sleepless nights. I used to just sit down with my pillow and then just read autobiographies for next few years. Then he told me that if the eczema will be over, you will be having arthritis. So then I had rheumatoid arthritis. So it was there with me for next few years. And then I met a homeopath, and the rest is history. till then I am perfectly alright. So this is perhaps. So in these all 3 phases I had severe diseases. So this was, you can consider it as the first phase.
A life lesson that you learned from a very, you didn't thought that this is going to be a life lesson, but yet you learned from a very small situation or an event that happened in your life. That lesson is still in your brain.
Okay, I had a colleague of mine who had done BTech and MTech both from IIT Roorkee in mechanical. And when we were just having a cup of tea, he said that, Amrit, if you met somebody who is not as intelligent as you are, then what do you think? You think this guy is dumb. And if you find someone who is very intelligent, maybe much wiser than you, then you consider it as over smart. In both the cases, you criticize the person. And it's very difficult to find a person with the same IQ or mindset as you are. So the beauty of life is to enjoy the person of all IQ levels or all interest levels and enjoy that. Because that is what makes you maybe much more, you cannot say adjustive, welcomed by the people. Otherwise, gradually you make enemies. Because in your inner heart you feel this guy is cunning, this guy is foolish. So ultimately, there are very few people who are left in your close bracket. So this was one big lesson for me.
A thought that you would like to share with every student of MIT, a thought or a lesson.
See, in MIT, since it is a university which is professional, and many times we get students whose parents are also professional, either in good position in the government service, or who have developed a business on their own. So many times what they do is that they sit on the laurels of the achievements of their parents. So what I want to tell them is that any business your parents are, after 5 years, the business changes because the world changes. And it requires a different kind of skill set. So if you are not academically oriented, if you are not wise, if you do not have your own identity, then you will ultimately not able to survive in that kind of business. And even if you don't do computers, you do your father's business or parents' business, you will not be able to grow that business. You will only burn the money. So even if it is in the order of 10 crores or 20 crores, you will not be able to multiply it, it will diminish day by day. And with one more side thing, that people who are sometimes academically very good, but they don't read novels, they have no idea about politics, they do not have idea about real life, they are not down to earth. So they do not have any creative side of their personality. So ideally we should have both the side of brain matured. One should read poetry, one should observe cartoons, one should read autobiography, one should do intellectual talks and good at the core subjects. That is, and be sensitive to the people who are weaker than you or poorer.
बस बहुत देर चीज़ें पूछेंगे, पहले आप अपना नाम बता दो।
मेरा नाम मोहम्मद नवीन है।
और भैया आपकी लाइफ का सबसे मुश्किल या फिर सबसे हार्ड टाइम क्या था?
मेरा सबसे मुश्किल टाइम यही है कि मतलब मैं बाप कोई दूसरे का इंटरव्यू दूँगा,
है भैया?
आप दूसरे से कोई इंटरव्यू दे
अरे भैया हम ले चुके हैं, अभी तक तो आपके पास।
अरे आप किसी पे भी
अरे ठीक है, अच्छा ठीक है, आपने उसको ओवरकम कैसे किया?
बाहर निकले मतलब गांव में पहले से, ठीक है।
हाँ
उसके बाद में मैं बाइक का काम करता था,
हाँ
वहाँ पढ़ता नहीं आ रहा था।
हाँ।
इसके बाद मैं नोएडा में 1 साल से ज्वाइन किया, मैंने
हाँ।
1 साल से वही काम कर रहा हूँ, सफाई का।
भैया आप ऐसी कोई अपनी लाइफ की चीज़ जो कि हमें बताना चाहें या सिखाना चाहें किसी बच्चे को या इंसान को?
खिलाना,
सिखाना।
मैं तो बस यही कहूँ कि मतलब जो आगे आने वाला टाइम है, सबसे बढ़िया यही है कि पढ़ाई करो, अपना हुनर लो, बस इतना ही कहना चाहता हूँ मैं बस।
थैंक यू भैया। Tragic thing that happened in your life.
I I think it was definitely my drop year, and I was isolated from my friends. I wasn't really talking to anyone, and I only had one thing, and that was studying for my next main exam. And I overcame it by just simply looking on the positive sides and really evaluating what I already have in life instead of looking for external validation and stuff. And
A lesson that you would like to convey to others?
I think I would definitely ask people to be more mindful in their daily lives and be present in the moment, and just value what they already have in life and work hard towards what they want.
So when I was in class 8, so like my chats got caught, so my parents were like kind of strict towards me, and after that I was like कि कहीं भी मुझे आने जाने नहीं दिया जा रहा था, and I was like all isolated in a room and stuff like that. So after that, because of कि मैं कहीं बाहर नहीं जा पा रही थी एंड मेरे फ्रेंड्स के साथ मेरा कांटेक्ट कम हो गया था, सो मैं उस चीज़ से इतना ज़्यादा धीरे धीरे डिप्रेस होना चालू हो गई, और मैं अपने पेरेंट्स से भी वो चीज़ें शेयर नहीं कर पा रही थी, और वो चीज़ लाइक समझ नहीं पा रहे थे कि इट्स लाइक काइंड ऑफ नॉर्मल, इट्स काइंड ऑफ नॉर्मल. सो वो भी उस माइंडसेट को मैच नहीं कर पा रहे थे और मैं भी उनको एक्सप्लेन नहीं कर पा रही थी. सो आफ्टर दैट मेरा वेट लॉस होना स्टार्ट हो गया, बट दैट वॉज नॉट इट. आफ्टर माई वेट लॉस मेरे को उस चीज़ पे भी, आप देख रहे हो ना इंटरव्यू चल रहा है, ठीक है. हाँ, सो जैसे ही मेरा वेट लॉस स्टार्ट हो गया, सो दैट वॉज नॉट इट. आफ्टर दैट मेरे को बहुत ज़्यादा बुलिंग भी फेस करनी पड़ी और बहुत सारी चीज़ें थी, बट
How did you overcome all this?
okay, so after some time, first thing first, the greatest part I did was to like start expressing myself to my parents, like the most basic thing. So after that उनका भी माइंडसेट मेरे से मैच होने लग गया. कुछ चीज़ें अभी भी होती है और उस टाइम पे भी थी जो उन्हें नहीं समझ में आती, बट वो कोशिश करते हैं कि समझ पाए. एंड उसके बाद मेरे को अपनी मम्मा से उन्होंने मेरे को थोड़ा समझाना स्टार्ट करा कि हर किसी की बॉडी अलग होती है और सब चीज़ें डिफ़र करती है, सो इट्स नथिंग टू बी शेम्ड ऑफ. सो दैट्स इट. उसके बाद मैं
A lesson that you would like
yeah,
to share with everyone?
so it's like first thing, share everything with your parents, no matter कि कितना भी लगे कि वो स्ट्रिक्ट हो जाएंगे या गुस्सा करेंगे. एंड सेकंड थिंग, बी कॉन्फिडेंट.
Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Suhani Pant, and my course is BSc.
What was the hardest phase of your life?
Wasn't the hardest, but yeah, one which I can share. When I was preparing for NEET, the hard part wasn't preparing, but it was convincing my dad that I don't want to, go for the medical studies. And how I overcame it was, it took 3 to 4 months to convince my dad to, do what I wanted and not going for the profession of a doctor, which I don't like. And yeah, my mom helped me out and one of my relatives. So
A lesson that you would like to convey to others?
So just do what you like and always what you're interested in, because doing something you don't have your heart in is just waste.
My name is Arpita. I am BSc first year student. And
अभी हो रहा है मेरी गली में.
what was the most tragic thing in your life?
So after my 12th, my parents forced me to
After my 12th, my parents kind of forced me to attempt NEET. I wasn't in for it, but then they were like, just try it for once and see what you stand on. And after that, they bailed me on sending me to USA. And that was kind of the most tragic thing that happened to me. And I was suicidal at that point of time because I didn't have any backup plans or something like that. And after that, my mom said that I'm 18 till now, and we are just not that much mature that we can send you to essay on your own and stuff like that. And after that, I got in Amity after a lot of crisis and things. And I guess those 2 months were the most tragic phase of my life. But all I did in those 2 months was hope for the best and look for the best. And I didn't lose my hope that something better will happen to me. And here I am now at 2-year techie. A lesson that you would like to convey to others. As I said before, I don't lose hope. There is something better. Thank you. To the conclusion, all the videos, all the people we have talked, we have reached a summary, or we have built a conclusion of all those things that we have recorded. Somewhat, in my words, what I can conclude is resilience is like building a muscle memory. Muscle memory, when we touch a hot pan, we move our hand backward. That is what resilience is like. In our layman's language, that is what I would like to conclude to the word resilience. As we face hardships in our life, hardships as we talk to n number of students, they were confused about their career, they gave some exams, they failed in it, their parents failed to understand them, their friend circle. It is a part of building a memory that you failed at a thing. Now further on in life, when you fail, you will know how you overcame that thing in life. It becomes easy for us to overcome such failures in life. Further on, Arushi will elaborate. Being the person, I'm the one who communicated with people. Being an introvert, I developed a skill to communicate with people, how to talk to people. Although it was a bit difficult to find people who were open to share their problems. For example, we talked to her staff. She told her how her husband left her, what all the circumstances she has to face to raise her kids, how she's working hard. It takes a lot from people to just share their hardest phase or the emotion that they are that very big emotion that people try to hide it up or just pretend that everything is too fine to do. It was very hard to communicate with people. Although being a good kid, I couldn't relate to few of the people or few of the incidents that people were talking about. Or this whole project gave me that basic idea what all hardship people face in their lives.
What are the other different kinds of people face in life? Like the ones that we didn't know about.
Yes. As there's a great saying that poverty means different to every people. The term poverty for us is might be not having an air conditioner or not having that luxurious life, but poverty for someone can be not having two chapatis to eat. We met such people, we came to know how they just help their family to grow, how they are facing hardships of their life. Communication is the key that people have, but they just try to hide their things. This is somewhat this whole project has taught me, taught us that what really happens, what everyone is going through a phase of their life that they try to hide it. But somewhat it is like we find people who could just relate to us for our experiences, those bad experiences that happen in our life, to relate with, to share. It is that everyone is trying deep inside, but everyone is looking for a shoulder to cry on or to lean on. That was my part in this project.
So my job in the project was to edit the videos in. I put them in a file and make them into one video instead of various clips.
This project has somewhat also taught me how we can work together as a team yet have very different opinions about things. So this is somewhat I have learned a lot. Also
We
traveling
had
of
different stories of different people. a lot of different kind of people had different kind of hardship depending on their lifestyles and the things they are going through. And some overcame, but some couldn't overcome them, and some couldn't even tell about their hardship because they were like they didn't want to open up. They don't want people to know anything about what they went through. That had been the most challenging.
This is somewhat that everyone has faced, but they don't tell or they don't say it. It is that we went with camera and asked people what are the hardships that you face in your life. This is somewhat what we have been doing with people to know what is going on inside them or what they are facing. This is something that we should take care of our loved ones, that we keep checking on them. Are they fine? Are they doing good in their life? Are they happy? Or are they good enough? Are they healthy? Or loved ones, as in we can count our random stranger also, our batchmates, who are classmates, who are family, siblings. We need to keep checking on people. Are they fine? Are they really doing good? This is all what concept of happiness club is all about. Being happy. This is somewhat I would like to conclude somewhat of the basic of it.
Okay, so as Divya said, we also faced our own challenges in like finding people who would be able to interview. Like a lot of them were like, no, we don't want to show our face on the camera shy and all the other things. Or like they don't know what to talk, they don't really want to open up to people about the problems or hardships they face in their life. And
Basically, the purpose of this project was to provide people a medium to tell out their stories, those who have struggled, so we can reflect on it.
There are a lot of people who did open up and they told us about their stories. Like you can see in the videos, and many people, even the staff members of our university, some of them, our teachers, gave a really good interview, as you can watch in the video.
One of our faculty, Amritulal, he just talked about the disease that he faced, how he overcame it, and what I concluded was that the major issue that student face is, that youngster faces, what to do in their career. They fail at a particular time. Most of the failures that students face is when they complete their school, the decision that they have to take for their college, what to pursue, how to work
Their
on
career.
their career. This is somewhat a very tough part for our students' life. So resilience is something that would help all of these students to build a memory, how they overcame and how they overcome the failure of an exam, overcoming the office politics that they would face one day, how if most of these students get prepared, they have that mindset, okay, I failed it at an exam, yet I am in a good college like AMT. This is what, yet tomorrow they can go for masters in another good college. This is what they are, basic principle they are building. There are students from Amity who would go to IITs, IIMs for masters. Resilience is something that is helping them build, overcome their failure.
That's how we would like to say thank you for watching.
Thank you. This is the last part of your video, that is the thank you video. We would like to thank everyone who has worked. In front of the camera is what we see people, but there is a side of people who are back at the camera. For example, Raksha, one of our classmates, she has helped us a lot like anything. Even this video is being shooted by her, so thank you to her. A big shout out to her for being this kind and showing her empathy. The concept of happiness or the resilience, this is what we talk about. How people help each other, how they are empathetic towards each other. Helping is also a part of showing empathy. Kudos to Raksha. That was all from my side. Further on, they work will show.
We would also like to thank all the people who did interview for the
Basically, the one who participated and gave us like gave people content to learn from.
Yeah. For example, a special thanks to Amritul also. Being such a busy person, yet he gave us his precious time. We can say that.
such a good
Yeah. To those staff or faculties of our colleges.
and
Students
to
who
also
gave
our
us,
fellow students.
yes, students who told us just any number of interesting things about their lives. The incident that they happened with them, happy, bad, sad, let it be anything, how they were experiencing sort of empathy, somewhat of sort of emotions towards each other.
So giving us this chance to learn from.
Yes, somewhat a conclusion if you would ask me, that would be everyone, not everyone